Assalamu alaikum. Let's begin to read from the place where we stopped last time. This is the last video of this lesson. Let's begin to read. I would request all the students to have textbook in your hand. If there is any query, question, feel free to ask me on my WhatsApp number 7383759748. Yes. In the evening, a change came over her. In the evening, a change came over her. She did not pray. One day she stopped praying. She was always there praying. Now one day she stopped praying. She collected the women of her neighborhood. She made women gather at her house. Got an old drum and she got an old drum and started to sing. Oh, amazing! For several hours she thumb. Some thumb means to hit. So this is how this is unprecedented. She has never done before like this way. And she started thumping a drum and she gathered, she gathered other women at her house. And what she did, for several hours, she thumbed the sagging. Sagging means sinking downwards, very, very old. That is sinking downwards. Okay, so she thumbed the sagging. What is it? She thumbed the sagging, but what? The skin of dilapidated drum. So it means she was the dilapidated means in a very deteriorated condition, in a state of despair or ruin, deteriorated condition. So she was one part of drum. She was there hitting continuously. Let me explain you. Sagging skin of the dilapidated drum. It means it points to the shabby and deteriorated condition of the drum. The grandmother celebrated the homecoming of the author by collecting the women of the neighborhood and getting an old drum. For several hours, she beat the worn-out drum and sang the song related to the homecoming of warriors. Okay. I think you must have understood. Very nice. Okay, let's move further. We had to persuade her to stop to avoid overstraining. Overstraining means too much, excessive. That is the meaning of overstraining. Overdoing something. Persuade means talk someone into doing something. Request. Okay, so she was continuously hitting or thumping the drums, and she was persuaded not to go excessive. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray, and this was the first time in her life that she did not pray. Okay. The next morning she was taken ill. She became very sick. The very next morning it was a mild fever, and the doctor told us that it would go. It was not that much serious matter. But my grandmother thought differently. She told us that her end was near, and she came to know that she is going to leave this world. She said that since only a few hours before the close of the last chapter of her life, this was the last chapter of her life, means she is going to leave this world, she had omitted to pray. Omitted means leave out or exclude something, that is called omitted. She was not going to waste any more time talking to us, and she decided to be silent. And this is let me explain this paragraph. An evening she didn't follow her regular routine of her praying. She collected few women from the neighborhood, got a drum and started singing with them. She thumbed the ruined parts of the drum and sang along. The whole family persuaded her to stop as she might get ill due to exhaustions. The next morning she fell ill. It was a mild fever. The doctor told them that it would go away, but she took it differently. According to her, she would die as soon as her end was near. She started chanting prayer as she didn't want to waste her last hours in talking to anyone. Okay. Now we are near to the end of the textbook, inshallah, very soon. Let's read further. We protested. The way she was behaving like that, we protested because she had never behaved like that way. But she ignored our protest. But she did not mind. She ignored us. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling her beads. She constantly, persistently, continuously, without delay, bidding, reciting the beats. Even before we could suspect, her lips stopped moving. Her lips stopped moving. You can understand what could have happened. And rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. Yes, a peaceful pallor spread on her face. Pallor means lifeless, yellowish, not that much living. A peaceful pallor spread on her face, and we knew that she was dead. And this is the end of her life. She was dead. Let me explain you. In a nutshell, the family protested, tried to stop her, but she lay peacefully on her bed, chanting prayers and doing her beads. Suddenly she stopped. And the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. A calm, pale appearance spread on her face, and she was dead. Okay. Now we are moving. We are very near to. This is the last paragraph of this lesson, inshallah, and we'll finish. We will get rid of this lesson, and I'm sure that you must have understood. Very easy lesson. The word or the sentences used in the lesson. It is not. I personally believe that when I'm reading this textbook, I feel that I'm reading the textbook of 6th or 7th standard. Very easy lesson. And I'm sure that I would get a huge response from you, and you would answer my question. Let's begin to read. Okay. We lifted her off the bed as is customary. Customary means traditional. She was no more. She was dead. She was lifeless. She left this funny world, right? And as customary means traditional, we lifted her off the bed and, as is customary, laid her on the ground and covered her with her red shroud. Shroud means coffin, and she was covered with the red coffin as she was lady. After a few hours of mourning means to express our emotions over the dead person, that is called mourning. After a few hours of mourning, we left her alone to make arrangement for her funeral. That is called mayyat, funeral. The procession which is being taken for taking the dead body from home to graveyard, that is called. In the evening, we went to her room with a crude stretcher. Crude means in a natural state, roughly made. Stretcher, dead body, the instrument, the dead body is kept, that is stretcher. Stretcher to take her to be cremated. She was to be cremated. In Hinduism, dead body is cremated, whereas in Muslim and Christianity and in Judaism, dead body is buried. The sun was setting and lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden lights. Blaze means very large burning fire, not here fire but light. Her room was full of light. We stopped halfway in the courtyard, okay, all over the veranda, and in her room, right up to where she lay dead and stiff, wrapped in the red shroud. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor, as he used to feed the sparrows, and now sparrows, they must have come to know this tragedy, and they all gather around her house and scatter on the floor. There was no chirping, and there was no any kind of sound. We felt sorry for the birds, and my mother fetched some bread for them. Okay. We felt sorry for the birds, and my mother fetched some bread for them. And she broke into little crumbs, and the way my grandmother used to, and threw to them. The sparrow took no notice of the bread. They were not eating. They must have known. They must have come to know the tragedy that happened inside their house. When we carried my grandmother corpse off, corpse means mayat lash, they flew away quietly, and they all went away quietly without making voice. Next morning, the sweeper swept the breadcrumbs into the dustbin, and they did not eat even that crumbs, pieces of bread. Now let me explain you in nutshell. The family lifted her from the bed and laid her on the ground and wrapped her with a red colored cloth. Thousands of sparrows sat silent near her. The author's mother fetched some bread for the birds, but they didn't eat any. They flew away later as the family carried the dead body. The sweeper removed the crumbs the next morning. The birds were so sensitive. They did not want to eat bread but were mourning the death of the one who had fed them for so many days. And this is the end of the lesson. I am sure that you must have understood this lesson. Very easy to understand. This is about, this lesson is written by, what is the name of the writer? Khushwant Singh, Indian writer. And I'm sure that for writing question answer, just go to the Google, as you are all studying online, so just go to the Google, write NCERT solution of this lesson, so you would get question answer. Request you all the students to write the question answer from that, right, from NCERT solution. You just write NCERT solution and this lesson, you would get the huge pages where you will be able to get question answer. Hope you have understood. Still, if there is any question, doubt, feel free to ask me. Then after many lesson, we have two textbook in 11th standard, right? One textbook is Snapshot and second is Hornbill. And there are many lessons have been deleted by CBSE, so I will sure update you with the latest syllabus. But let me still share with you the chapter deleted from Snapshot. The chapter deleted from Snapshot is the Ghat of the Only World. Lesson number 6 has been deleted. And lesson number 8, The Tale of the Melon City, written by Vikram Seth, is no more. This lesson, they both have been deleted because of circumstances. Let's see. And from Hornbill, the chapter that have been deleted are, let me tell you, yes, I have written over here. The Adventure chapter have been deleted, and Father to Son, yes, they both are not there, Father to Son. So we have got rid of 4 lesson at least. And let me now share with you the actual page of CBSE. I am sharing with you. Yes, this is, you can see, 11th standard. This has been deleted. Deleted topics, let's see. Writing, what has been deleted? Classify advertisement, they are not there. Advertisements are not there. Advertisement, they are not there. Letter to the editor is no more. Giving suggestion, opinion on issue, provide realistic context in the form of newspaper reports, article to which the students may respond. So means, in nutshell, editor letter is not going to be asked throughout the year. It has been completely annihilated, deleted. Application, we used to have application writing. Write an application for the post office and English teacher. Now application, you are free from. You will enjoy 11th standard this year. Very less syllabus and very easy to go to the next class, provided you write in the exam. Application for job with biodata and resume, which will study in 12th standard, inshallah, if we are alive. Articles and report writing, oh, this has also been deleted. Okay, narration is also, for example, essay or something. Grammar, models, clauses, change of voice, error correction, which you already have studied in 10th standard. Models, clauses, adverb, there are 18 type of clauses are there which you must have studied in 10th standard. Adjective clause, noun clause, adverb clause, and so they are no more inside our syllabus. Literature on father to son, the adventure, snapshot, the guard of the only world, the tale of the melon city, these are all the chapters deleted by CBSE. So I hope that you have understood. I have already at the end of the lesson I have made you understand the latest syllabus designed by CBSE. Hope so you have understood the lesson. I'm so eager and so curious, and I'm waiting for you to meet you all inside the class. Inshallah, we'll enjoy. I request you all the students to remember me in your dua. Okay, Allah Hafiz.